Hello, the Celtic Druid here, Andrew, whatever you prefer to call me. It's a beautiful sunny morning on the 23rd of June. It's Friday. Nicola and I done work and leaving me to my devices. Um, right, let's see if that's going. No doubt you've heard the tragic news of that Titan sub. All five have been confirmed dead because they found debris by the Titanic. Adam and I was watching that last night on Channel 5. It's just terrible tragedy. The thing just imploded, didn't it? So rather than, as expected, they were talking about it this morning on the Jeremy Vine show, but I'm not going to make this video depressing. When I asked, somebody suggested question and answers, and sure enough, I asked, you could ask me whatever you wanted. So I've been given questions. I thought to myself, well, if somebody could devise questions for me, I'll gladly answer them, and I will. So I've made a note of some of the questions here, and I better get my reading glasses on. So anyway, question and answers. Question 1. In what ways has Bargoed improved and declined since I was a boy? Well, Bargoed used to be the hub of the community, used to be the metropolis of the valleys. People far and wide used to come to the town to do their shopping. And this was in the 50s when my mother was a girl. And even when I was growing up in the 1970s, it was good. You could hardly move for people. You had the Cameo Cinema. You had Peony's Chip Shop. You had Rissy's Cafe, which I'll get to later. That's one of the oldest one of the oldest businesses in town. Brilliant. But I think the decline started slowly during the late 1980s. Bargoed Colliery closed down in 1977, and that provided the economy. So, to answer that question, it started declining then. The cinemas closed down because there used to be three cinemas, and I used to love going to the Cameo Cinema. My dad used to take me there. I used to watch the films. I saw the three Star Wars films there. King Kong 1976 remake. It's just people don't go as much as they used to. It's gone dead. Shops have closed down as well, and of course mainly because now of the pandemic that we had and the lockdowns. Now they've built that bypass where the pit used to be. People travel outwards now, don't they? They go to Blackwood, they go to Caerphilly, they go to Cardiff. So that's why it's declined, I think. And of course you've got online shopping as well. So if you don't use it, you lose it, really, which is sad. Question 2. How do I cope with life after my experiences with Glaston Villa? Relatively well. We lived relatively normal lives. Even when we was living at Glaston Villa, the activity wasn't going on 24/7. I was going back and forth school, what's for dinner, mum, and that sort of thing. But the activity would go on during the day and in the night, and we heard the footsteps. But after that, it did leave a profound effect on us. And thank you for that question. It left me obsessed with spiritual matters of all sorts, paranormal, supernatural, whatever you want to call it. And it left my mother a nervous wreck, but she doesn't talk about it very much. But always try to rationalize it. I always try to get my head around it. I researched it, why it all happened, and I found some interesting things. And it's in the book with Malcolm Robinson and stuff. Is that still going? Yeah. How difficult is it to make posts in terms of technology, and how much time does it take? It's not too difficult. I'm not technical in any way whatsoever. But obviously at first when I started doing it, I used to do it on the laptop, and I thought, oh, what do I do? It's just basically what I used to do is on the memory card, I put it into the adapter and I put it into the laptop, and I would basically download the video. And how long does it take, you said? It really depends on the length of the video. If it's 10 minutes, it could take up to half an hour, and then it's got to process as well. So I hope that answers your question. Question 4. Where do I get my ideas from? Whatever inspires me, really. the latest news, whatever's trending, just to get views and clickbaits. And if I hear a death of a famous person, you know, obviously they have effect on our lives, or I see something, oh, that would be good. So whatever inspires me, like now, obviously, I've done many videos of Bargoed, but I've never have actually done a definitive version of the history, and I've got 4 history books of it, 3 pictorial ones and 1 most definitive one. I'll be doing that in time, but it all takes time, see, because you've got to prepare, you've got to sort of like sometimes script it, sometimes I don't script, sometimes I just do things at the top of my head. So thank you for that question. What does my family think of me being a YouTuber, if you can call me that? That's wonderful. A good question. I think some of them think I'm mad, but Nicola and Adam are my main critics. They say, oh well, you know, you keep filming the clock and your videos are a little bit boring, but hopefully I'm improving. Adam used to say, oh, well, I don't say goodbye to everyone at the end, which I do now, but it really depends on what I'm filming about. So if I could interview anyone, who would it be? Without doubt, it would be Cliff Richard. He's an absolute legend. I met him briefly in Cardiff, outside the radio station called Red Dragon FM. I followed his career, and he signed a book for me. I met him on the 3rd of November 1988, and he's a genuine bloke. There's no truth in those allegations. It's just nonsense. It was just, what's the word? I can't think of the word. They sort of like, I don't know. But anyway, I was standing right next to him, and he is going grey. Well, he is completely grey now, he's dying his head. But when I was right by him, I was on his left-hand side, and I could see he was growing grey then in his late 40s, on the sideburns, like I've got. If I'm going, somebody said I wear a wig, but I don't, and I think I used to dye my hair, but Cliff is definitely. But I would ask him about his faith, about what he likes and dislikes, whatever, and I'll try and talk about his music career. But that's who I would interview. I would interview somebody from Doctor Who, I would suppose. If I could go anywhere to make a video, where would it be? Apart from the UK, I would love to go to America one day. I'd like to visit New York and visit the Big Apple and film around there, and obviously get together the information for it. But I've filmed London many times, and this is when I had the 8mm camera. But I have to upload that and digitalize it on disc somewhere. Have I ever tasted better ice cream than Rissie's? Absolutely not. That is one of the best ice creams in the valley, if not the whole of UK. I've never ever tasted anything better than. And I mean, they got a diploma for their ice cream. They've got a little secret they have. I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful. I'm sure you've tried it. Somebody who's they're one of the longest businesses in town, and I recommend you go there for a visit. Rissie's, Bargoed on the High Street. Family business. John and Aldo Rissie used to have it, and now their sons have got it as well. Andrew, and I think the other one's Dominic. Look it up. Google it. Would I recommend anyone move to Bargoed? Not now. Maybe years ago, but there's nothing there anymore. I mean, what's there to offer apart from Morrison's, which killed off the rest of the high street? I think they should have a new cinema there. They should have a bandstand in the park or something like that, you know? Who's the funniest person I've ever known? There are quite a few from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, but the one that really makes me laugh is Chubby Brown. I know he's a bit blue, but, you know, and I'm not going to say it here because obviously I've got children watching me and I like to keep my videos family friendly. And Bernard Manning as well, you know, but yeah, they're the ones. And I love Dave Allen, the Irish comedian. Where do I get my jokes from? I sometimes make them up, more often than not. They're the less funny ones. I also nick them from comedians who I like. I also get them from Carry On films as well. Could I make a tour of the YMCA in Bargoed? Thank you for that question. Absolutely. If I can get permission to do that, I most certainly will. I'm going down to Bargoed on the 17th of July with my family, and yeah, I will do that if I can get permission, and I will try and do it from the 17th of July. And the last question is, when will the Dexter versus Dexter duel be? Topless in the street while pissed on vodka. I know who sent that one. That was Everything History, and check him out. Hopefully never. So anyway, that was, or should I say, drunk on vodka. Like I said, I've got children watching me, but that's quite mild. I don't make a habit of swearing. Certainly not. So that's all my questions. Nicola and Adam are in work, so I thought I'd do that rather than get disturbed. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for those questions. Keep in tune, and tell your family and friends. I did have 100 subscribers, but now I've only got 99. So that's one gone. Come on, where are you? What's wrong with this? Was it something I said? Yeah. So, good fun. I enjoy doing that. And coming up is the Enfield podcast. And on the weekend there's folk dancing coming up, just to tell you whether you're interested or not, you can watch. So, and also Adam and I will be doing later, obviously, a video about the Titan sub that imploded with those 5 people in there. It's absolutely terrible. So my condolences to the family. Anyway, all that leaves you now is to say thank you. The Celtic Druid, over and out.